Round one, we've got ourselves a mulligan here. Well, I probably should mulligan again. Yeah, I think we'll go one more. All right, this hand will work. That's actually a keep too, so it's not the worst. All right. Start her off with Inspector Go. All right. Blue, green. Guess we'll get our True Faith sensor on here. Ooh, Miss Land Drop. All right. Let us punish here. So I can play the Steadfast Cathar. What do I like more here? That's kind of a... They both equally make use of mana, I guess. Can I attack for more? I think we actually play the Steadfast Cathar first. Because next turn I presume we're going to be equipping plus Crack and Clue. Not necessarily in that order. I almost think if I could go back, I would take the second. Oh, wow. Black in there, too. Let's crack the clue first. Okay, so I can play the Guardian now, or I can finally equip. I think we're actually going to equip. I'm equipping the Steadfast Cathar because I feel like once he finally gets a blocker down, I don't know. This just will attack better into it. Guess at this point either one would have attacked into it fairly well. Well, that's interesting. So I can actually equip True Faith on the Inspector and play the Guardian on the Steadfast Cathar, and then I can swing for 6. My other play is Guardian plus Steadfast Cathar, but I don't know if that's actually better. I think we're going to go for my maximum damage play here. We almost look like a mono white deck now. Stoic Builder, aka Bob Manley. Alright, Spectral Reserves is a good draw. So we can swing with the Inspector, or we can swing with the Cathar. He's got 4 toughness. This thing's going to have... Alright, so I guess we want to trade off our Inspector here. Happy to... He doesn't even want to trade an Inspector for either of those, so we'll play the reserves. And then we'll pass. Alright. So he got mana screwed. I guess he's playing black, oddly. So he's a bug deck. He must have kept a bit of a questionable hand, though. No black mana with the... Maybe he drew the Cemetery Recruitment, though. But that's kind of an odd splash. Maybe it's not a splash. Maybe the blue is the splash. Obviously, it seems obvious that green is his main color. But maybe it's actually supposed to be a green-black deck. Splashing blue for, like, ongoing investigation. Because Cemetery Recruitment's not really a cardy splash. So I think he was just off of his secondary color. Green-black is definitely something I'm worried about. It's a good archetype. I have experience playing with and against it. A lot. And it's good. We don't have much in terms of sideboarding anyway, so I guess we're going to run it back. This is definitely a keep. Any hand that has enough mana and True Faith Sensor, I think, is going to be a keep. Which, once again, is maybe a reason I should have considered taking the second one. I forget what I actually took over the second one, to tell the truth. So I've got some options. I can play the Nebelgast Herald. All right. I probably want to go Inquisitor here, though, because then next turn I can go True Faith Sensor. Get my bashing on a little more effectively. I don't think he wants to block here anyway. All right, so we'll play the Inquisitor, and next turn with the True Faith Sensor, we'll be able to bash pretty nicely for 5. Or we can equip the Cathar, since Inquisitor gets buffed either way, so we can attack with a 3/3 and a 4/4, which might just be better. I guess it depends. All right, Primal Druid. So it looks like dividing and conquering is what we want to do here. He's going to get his Primal Druid, but we're not going to be playing around that. So this is going to fix him for blue, but yeah, I mean, the pro is we're going to be able to, like, basically, there's not a lot of ways to play around Primal Druid if you're beating on the ground, so it's something we're just going to have to work our way through. He didn't even take the blue mana, so he must already have it. Or maybe he just needs double black that badly, which could also be. I assume getting the Gnarlwood Dryad back, that would make more sense. Yes. Okay, so the good news is we're not going to let him... ooh, that's kind of nice, too. Huh. So I can actually use Guardian with the Nebelgast Herald, but the best use of mana is playing Guardian, buffing Inquisitor, attacking for 8, and then using Nebelgast to tap down whatever he's going to try and block with. I can also play the Scab and save the Nebelgast Herald till my turn, and that way be able to attack with the Scab as well. Which is good, because I can even pump it once, which isn't bad. Well, we're certainly playing Guardian here. And we're pumping the Inquisitor. And we're swinging for 8. The question is, do we want to leave up the Herald or play the Scab? And I feel as though we want to play the Scab and save the Herald for our turn so we can swing with the Scab as well, because we can even play the Herald and still pump the Scab to trade with the Scavenger, which I like. Plus, if we draw some prowess ability here, it could be ideal for us. All right, so Newscraft Scab is a bit of an annoyance, but let's see here. So Nebelgast Herald, tapping the mob, swinging with everything. It's certainly lethal. He's going to have a 2/2 to block with. So a 2/2, a 3/3, and a 2/1. It's not like his blocks are going to be great. I think we go for it here. Certainly does not make the best use of mana, but gives us pretty good attack here. Okay. So he's at 4. Yeah, I mean, the mob's certainly good in a spot like this where he needs sort of board clutter to protect himself. He does either have to kill our Herald or get a flyer down, though, or get reach, or else this is just going to kill him. So he brings back the Crow. Okay. So he's going to be able to block the Herald. All right. So I basically need a spirit or something to deal with the Guardian. Well, that'll work. So we can force him to chump with the Guardian. We play the Guardian. We actually, yeah, we can just kill him here. All right. That was perfect draw. It's absolutely perfect. So we tap the Crow, and then we equip the Herald, and he's dead. Okay, so yeah, perfect top deck there. New Scrap Mob, that, like I said, that was like ideal. I was pretty impressed when I played New Scrap Mob. I obviously did not first pick it. It's tough to evaluate exactly how good the card is. That was like optimal use of it, where it was like buying him time. I'm not going to say it wasn't. Obviously, I'm not going to say it wasn't good enough for him. I had 2 top decks, so it's not a matter of New Scrap Mob wasn't good enough for him. It's more of I drew very well and was able to take care of the threat that he had. He was getting great value plays there. Recruitment to get back a zombie, to draw a card, to spit out a zombie, to play a death touch blocker. So we were able to spit out enough damage early due to a True Faith sensor, and he just wasn't able to recover. So obviously satisfying for us, but we'll see if we can keep that trend going in rounds 2 and 3. We'll see you then.